Hello, guys. Welcome to the Witness Without Identity channel. Guys, it is nice to see you guys again today. This is an interesting topic, guys. Like Cenk and Jimmy Dore, the conflict. Guys, I hate to say this. Cenk has to do a better job at clearing himself because he's starting to look a little bit suspicious to me. But I mean, I'm hoping that there's nothing wrong. I'm hoping there's nothing weird going on there. But I like Cenk. I think he has like a good will. I don't think he's a nefarious person, but he has to clear the air. Why he doesn't want to force the vote? Why does he want to force the vote now? Because I know Cenk. Cenk is aggressive. The guy is very good, and I like the guy. But he's not explaining himself. Give me like a punch that's gonna make me. If you tell me that I'm gonna say something, okay, I don't like when Jimmy Dore insult AOC. Okay, that's me. But I'm still for force the vote, and I think we should do it now. I think it's the right time during the pandemic. And the pandemic is about to be over, guys. There's a vaccine. I don't know what you guys think about that because that's actually worse now. Because if they got the vaccine, they're going to say, yeah, no, MEdicare, we got it. We got it. MEdicare, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're going to start saying that, especially with Biden as president. So I feel like, it's the best time to do it. So guys, look at the video. I'm going to comment thoroughly about all the different points in the video. It's a very interesting video.
90% of his viewers do. Yet he'll still lie. These are fucking straight up lies. Now it's a half-baked and it hands the speakership to the... No, it doesn't. It doesn't do any of those things. It's unfortunate watching people double down and triple down on doing something about people dying without health care. I go, really, Cenk? You called for doing that? He said, I've called for progressive to challenge Pelosi within the Democratic caucus. I did it publicly, privately. Jimmy made a mess. I made a mess. So getting a ground support, making a moment happen to where we could actually get a vote on Medicare for all in the House where it's overwhelmingly popular with the country, that's making a mess to Cenk Uygur. Cenk Uygur would like a tidy revolution, everybody. Please don't try not to make a mess. Democracy's messy, Cenk. Revolutions are messy, Cenk. You want a tidy revolution, Cenk? Because you already have health care? Because you send 3 emails out a fucking week asking poor people to give you more money so you can have gold-plated health care? When are we supposed to wait for health care, Cenk? Why don't you give up your health care and then tell me when we should work for it? Give up your health care, Cenk, and then tell me when we should have that vote. Go ahead. Give up the health care for you and your family. Give it up. Why not? 15 million Americans just lost theirs, and you're telling them to wait for health care. That's disgusting. Why are you doing that? You're not even doing it in an honest way. You're doing it in the most dishonest way possible. You're lying, and you're using bullshit excuses, and you're slamming me in the process. You're making it about me. You're making it about me, and everybody sees what you're doing. Everybody had a lot of questions about Cenk before this, but this just solidifies it. He's over. This is ridiculous. He's against Medicare for all at the wrong time. And he's lying about it. None of that stuff is true. He didn't think it was half-baked, and you don't give the speaker the thing. That's just garbage. He sounds like a politician who's running. He sounds like he's scrambling as a politician, but he's not. He's the head of a media company that needs another round of funding. So he said he's been calling to do this to Spelunky for 2 years. I go, really? You called for doing that? How'd that pressure campaign work out for you? You're a sad little man who has no idea how to actually fight or challenge power since you took $20 million from Clinton donors. Get your head out of your ass and get on board. # force the vote. Get on board, Cenk. I'll let you back in. You can take this. In fact, I'd like to take the week off. And you can pick up the mantle, Cenk. It'll be yours. I'll say Cenk thought of it. I'll say we were nowhere until Cenk got on board. It was Cenk who did # force the vote. Would that make you fight for it, Cenk? Because that's what everybody thinks. Would you fight for it then? Take it. Go fight for people's health care. You've been saying you've been doing it for 2 years. You've been saying let's pressure Pelosi for 2 years. Now's the time. When's a better time, Cenk?
I thought the whole idea was that you elect progressives and you continue to push them left. I thought that was the whole point of rallying around a force of people. You're supposed to continue to pressure them. And for people to be screaming at the top of their lungs to be more civil in the midst of this shitstorm and crisis, my head keeps snapping back.
So this is the perfect response to Cenk. So Cenk is admitting that Nancy Pelosi would rather give up her speakership than give us a vote on single payer during COVID-19 pandemic. Cenk is admitting that if we hold Nancy's feet to the fire, she'll just go, fuck it, I'm not giving you a vote, and then the GOP will take over, which isn't going to happen. And he's putting that on us, not on Nancy Pelosi. And so this guy says, so you're admitting that Nancy Pelosi would rather give up her speakership than give us a vote on single payer. You're kind of making Jimmy's point for him. You guys don't care. Some more gaslighting from Cenk Uygur. This is nuts. This is just nuts. This is nuts. This is like he's become the Glenn Beck of Sean Hannity's. He's got the dishonesty of Sean Hannity with the theatrics of Glenn Beck. That's what Cenk has right now. This is nuts what he's doing. Nuts. You guys don't get it. Every real progressive knows Pelosi only cares about power. If you just discovered that yesterday, you're very late to the party. Every progressive knows she's against Medicare for all. She said it. The question is how you challenge her so you can win.
Okay.
Still waiting to hear how that is. You can't just put win in all caps and be done with it. How do you win? How do you do it? How do you win? Just because you put win in all cap, what's your plan? You said you've been working on this for 2 years to pressure Nancy Pelosi. What's your plan? With still no plan. He's still just making shit up. Still trying to kneecap the moment for absolutely no reason. You know, who knows? My guess he needs another round of funding from Clinton donors, $20 million. He's not independent media, even though he said so in its fundraising. He's super corporate, takes money from fucking those people. And so Brandon Pagano replies to Cenk and says, this isn't an own. I know Nancy Pelosi isn't for Medicare for all, but if she enjoys power so much, she'll put it on the floor for her last term. That's by your logic as well, Cenk. It's silly to disarm ourselves like you're suggesting, which is exactly what he's suggesting. He goes on, more craziness. You want to see more? This is nuts. Cenk must have taken an Ambien and then went to Twitter. If you think I'm for disarming, you haven't watched 1 minute of the Young Turks. But aiming your cannons wildly and then against your own is not how I roll. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I try to think things through. You have no idea how the speakership works. You haven't thought a fucking minute. You're flailing. You're throwing shit against the wall to see what will stop this moment. It's obvious you haven't thought about this for a second. You had 13 days to think about it since you were 100% for it, and now all these reasons are ridiculous on their face. You sound like Nancy Pelosi trying to find reasons not to do it. Now he switches it. Have you secured any progressives in the House to run against Pelosi? Oh, you forgot. So now he keeps shifting the goalposts. He just keeps doing it. Every time something he says gets debunked, he just moves on to another stupider thing. Who doesn't see through this? His kids have to see through this. The force to vote is actually the sort of thing that should occur within Congress and caucuses as a tactical move. The fact it has been pushed outside of this political body tells you a great deal about the laissez-faire nature of American politics and its failure. Again, Cenk, you're
Hello, guys. Welcome to the Witness Without Identity channel. Guys, it is nice to see you guys again today. This is an interesting topic, guys. Like Cenk and Jimmy Dore, the conflict. Guys, I hate to say this. Cenk has to do a better job at clearing himself because he's starting to look a little bit suspicious to me. But I mean, I'm hoping that there's nothing wrong. I'm hoping there's nothing weird going on there. But I like Cenk. I think he has like a good will. I don't think he's a nefarious person, but he has to clear the air. Why he doesn't want to force the vote? Why does he want to force the vote now? Because I know Cenk. Cenk is aggressive. The guy is very good, and I like the guy. But he's not explaining himself. Give me like a punch that's gonna make me. If you tell me that I'm gonna say something, okay, I don't like when Jimmy Dore insult AOC. Okay, that's me. But I'm still for force the vote, and I think we should do it now. I think it's the right time during the pandemic, and the pandemic is about to be over, guys. There's a vaccine. I don't know what you guys think about that because that's actually worse now. Because if they got the vaccine, they're gonna say, yeah, no, Medicare for all, we got it. Medicare for, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna start saying that, especially with Biden as president. So I feel like, it's the best time to do it. So guys, look at the video. I'm gonna comment thoroughly about all the different points in the video. It's a very interesting video. Okay, so in the video, I don't know if you saw that in the beginning of the video, Cenk was saying that, oh, Jimmy Dore came in and he started to do something and then to work on the Medicare for all, and he made a mess out of it. And Jimmy Dore responded with a great point. Revolutions, especially with all those corporate, all those establishments, it's not going to be pretty. It's a fight. It's war. It's like the civil rights war. What happened? People got killed. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jimmy Dore is saying. Things are not. This is the world we're living in. And I respect him for that. That's true what Jimmy Dore say. I don't know. For me, I still understand what Jimmy Dore is saying. But I do not like the insult on the women. That's not my style. You're like when you say, oh, you fuck. I'm not into that. But I am for the movement. I am for the idea. I think that's where Cenk could have criticized Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore, can you tone it down a little bit? Say, come on, Jimmy Dore. I mean, that's what he could have said, but to say that it's not the right time, that's nuts. I mean, it is the right time. This is the best time. This is the greatest time. There's no better time than this. This is in the midst of a pandemic. And, it's like we got to get this thing done. Let's get this thing forward so that we don't have to deal with healthcare anymore. That issue will be in the past. It's over. No more problem when it comes to healthcare. That would be a big weight out of our back, everybody's back, and Cenk should know that. It's like when you have an opportunity, you cannot wait. Opportunity don't come around all the time. I believe that the COVID-19 was a curse, but the COVID-19 could be a blessing in disguise also. I wouldn't believe that. I know it might sound controversial, but it could be that, because I believe in God, I believe that in nature, I believe in the universe. Things work mysteriously. We don't understand how things work, but this year was mysterious. Kobe Bryant died and the COVID-19 hit. I mean, you don't know if it's like an opportunity for us to push for, and we might miss the opportunity. So, and then Jimmy Dore started to hit Jim very hard, saying that, yo, Twitter, so what? Why do you want to do it now? Because so you don't want Medicare for all, so that because you have Medicare for all, because you have your own Medicare. Cenk has his own health insurance, and then he doesn't want other people to have it. And then he begs poor people 3 times a week, asking them for money. That's what Jimmy Dore said. I mean, that's the nature of the business. The way I look at it, I don't criticize people personally like that. But like, I kind of feel like when things get personal, you go nowhere. I don't think Jimmy Dore should go there, but he went there. He's making it personal, and I don't understand. It's getting personal. Jimmy Dore, I specifically asked Cenk Uygur to give up his healthcare. That attack, it's a fair attack. I think that attack, it's fair because Cenk is saying don't do nothing for now. And Jimmy Dore, this is about healthcare. Hey, let me see you give up your healthcare. And I think that makes sense for me, this issue. So that's what he said. So Jimmy Dore started to yell at you, and he was about to say something. I don't know what he was about to say. You making it personal, you fucking. Oh, and then you say, oh, yeah, sorry, he didn't go, he stopped right there. That was good that he stopped, but he still said the word fuck it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, the thing about the fight between Cenk and Jimmy is very, his tongue has a lot of venom in it, and he goes hard. And when Jimmy is mad, he's mad. And, like, I'm not a fan of that, like, of like all the insult, the cursing, because that's not what we need. But I think it's okay to yell and to scream and to call the person and explain to the person, no, this is an emergency. Stop playing game, Cenk. It's an emergency. This is the time that we have to do it, you know, and be very firm with the person. And Jimmy Dore basically think that Cenk is over, and many people see through Cenk. That's what he said. So he think that Cenk is totally over. He's a corporate hack right now. So Cenk is kind of like Pelosi, according to Jimmy Dore. So things are getting very, very, very hard here, guys. It's not a game, and I do not like when the progressive are fighting. I think we need to what is it? Consolidate, like to become one, so that the force is more powerful. Because once you start dividing the people like that, then things get weaker, you know. But I'm hoping that everybody comes around on board and peacefully. Like Karl Kolensky has the best way of looking at this. He said what I said. It's like, if you're saying that those guys on the left, like a guy like Cenk is a nefarious guy, you're going too hard now. I don't think Cenk is nefarious. He's trying to mess up Medicare for all. He's selfish. I don't think so. But Karl Kolensky is the best guy for this. But Jimmy Dore is very harsh. He doesn't play game. Once he, you know, so like, I think like you can push for something, you can force something, but you don't have to insult people. You know, like you don't have to say that they are crooked, they are hypocrites, they are liars. You know, I think because what we need is first the vote, Medicare for all. What we don't need is war or like insults. And then like Cenk said that, you know, like we need to challenge Pelosi so that we can win. And then and when I look at that tweet, he said that, I'm like, this is all you have to have a strategy where you can challenge Pelosi so that you can win. But many people, including me and maybe Jimmy Dore and maybe Karl Kolensky, we believe this is how you can win. This is when you can win. The time to challenge her is right now, because Medicare for is very popular, and then the squad are a little bit more powerful because I think the House of Representatives has a very thin margin. So I think Nancy Pelosi needs those votes in order to win the speakership. So if she feel that and she likes power, and she feel that the speakership is at risk, she might more be willing to put the vote on the floor, just to put it on the floor. We have to make a move. They are preliminary move. Like, you know, we have to push somewhere. It's like if you go into New York. Let's say I want to go to New York City. I might not get there tomorrow, right? But and from LA to New York, I might not get there tomorrow. But what you have to do, you have to start moving that direction. You see what I'm saying? Jimmy Dore is basically saying that we have to start moving. You know what I'm saying? Because what the other people are saying, let's not even move. You know, that's what they are saying. Let's wait to start moving. No, let's start moving now. That's the difference between Jimmy Dore and Cenk. I think, you know, that's what I think he say. Challenge her. Okay, this is the time to challenge her. But a lot of us believe that this is the time to challenge her, and that's the way it is. And I don't know about that, but Jimmy Dore said that in the clip that this one was harsh. That Cenk is taking money from Clinton. I don't know what you guys think. You guys can comment on this. This one was big for me. He's taking money from Clinton. I mean, I don't think that's true. But I don't know. Like Jimmy Dore said that he knows that, you know, he's taking money from Clinton, and I'm like, wow, this is like a pretty bad excuse, very bad. And then like there's a Twitter guy that was challenging Cenk and telling Cenk on Twitter, like he was asking Cenk, why should we disarm ourselves right now if we have all the tools to fight? And you know what I'm saying, because we have all the tools. Nancy Pelosi is incredibly unpopular, and Medicare for is very popular, the squad a little bit more powerful. All of the squad people have won. The progressive are very strong. So if they say they're not going to vote for Nancy Pelosi, she has to listen. It's not just 4 people like Nancy Pelosi used to say. I think she needs them right now more than ever before. So it makes sense for us to consolidate and to stay strong and to push for this. And then if you take up for like Jake respond, if you take up for disarming, you haven't watched 1 minute of the Young Turk. But aiming your cannon wildly then against your own is not how I war. I try to think things too. Have any of you secure progressive in the house to warn against Pelosi? Oh, you forgot that part. I'm going to tell you about this. This tweet, I personally think that this tweet was an effective tweet. Jake said that you aiming your cannon wildly then against your own is not how I war. I think Jimmy Dore is doing the total opposite. He said he's aiming his cannon only at the left, and that is a very focused aiming. This is like how a warrior fight. You shoot at the left only. You don't go to Trump. You don't go to freaking Putin or everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because some people they're trying to do that. China, George Soros, whatever. He doesn't go all the other place. He sticks with like. He start getting the squad. It's kind of because he feels that they have been elected to do that kind of job. Why should I go to other people? I actually think it's the opposite. So Jake is saying that Jimmy Dore is aiming wildly. I don't think so. I think Jimmy Dore is actually aiming specifically at the progressive because they are the only hope. The other guys are corrupted already. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a lost case. The hope is on you. So if the hope is on you, I'm going to focus on you. That's the way Jimmy looks at it. It's like an ego vision. I like it. Some people don't like it, but I like it. I think that's the way it should be. You should focus on the. You should focus on the guy that you have a hope for. Yeah, I mean that's the way things work. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like if there's a fire, I'm not gonna look for other people to save me. I'm looking for the firefighter to save me. You know? So that's the way I look at it. And if the firefighter makes some mistakes, I'm gonna criticize the firefighter. That's what Jimmy Dore is saying. Now, I don't like that part at all. Like, I'm sorry, Cenk. I like you as a man, but I did not like that part at all. You go to you move the goalpost and you say, have any of you secured a progressive in house to run against Pelosi? Oh, you forget that part. And I'm a subscriber to the Young Turk. I still love the Young Turk. I like Anna. I like all those people. John Idawola. All those people are great people. But it's like, what do you think about that? Why say that? We're not talking about that. You're moving the goalpost to another place. Have any of you secure progressive in house? We're not talking about that. Why don't you answer the question about disarming? You know what I'm saying? They're telling you that this is the perfect opportunity. Why do we want to disarm now? That's the question. You talking about, hey, yeah, like you're talking like Trump. Like, hey, no, I'm the one that brought all those Justice Democrats in the house. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about, hey, disarming. The topic of disarming. Why do you want to disarm now? Because those opportunities don't come around all the time. Let's take it right now. That's basically the question. Guys, I want to thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel. This is an interesting fight, guys. I'm kind of like obsessed about it a little bit. Thank you.